Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. Cut down is tomorrow. Roster day is tomorrow. Can't wait for that to happen. I've been having a few debates with a few different people within the fan base, just talking about who makes the 53 and who doesn't, especially when it comes to the tight end room, and going back and forth with a lot of people over Daniel Bellinger. And it's crazy too, because I already know that I have a built-in bias when it comes to Daniel Bellinger, but I also have a reason for feeling the way that I'm feeling. And when I look at this tight end room and I take into consideration the injuries that may happen and injuries that have happened in the injury history that some of these players in the tight end room have, it just makes sense for me to keep Daniel Bellinger. And when I get the pushback for Daniel Bellinger, is usually about the money. And that's one thing. I understand the money. It's $3 million, two and some change, 2 point something million you save if you cut Daniel Bellinger. But you can easily, if that's just the case, you can easily try to restructure his contract to get a little bit of savings on the back end. But some people talk about the skill level. Some people talk about Chris Manhertz being, the best blocking tight end on the team. So I put out a tweet. And I said, this is what I want the tight end room to look like. And it was Theo Johnson, Daniel Bellinger, Thomas Fidone, and Greg Dulcich. And I said, I believe Chris Manhertz will make it through waivers. Well, come to find out, Chris Manhertz doesn't even have to make it through waivers. Why? Because he's a veteran is what people are saying, which means he doesn't even have to go through the waiver process. He can just go right back to the New York Giants if that's where he wants to be. And that's if the New York Giants will have him. And I believe the New York Giants probably would want to have him as a reserve role. But I'm thinking about the New York Giants. I'm looking at this tight end room and I'm seeing the potential. A lot of unproven potential, but it's still, but that's what potential is. Unproven talents and stuff like that. You can throw it into that category. So for me, I'm just sitting back like, yeah, I hear what everybody's saying. Yeah, I understand the money. Yeah, I know that Daniel Bellinger isn't the same guy that he was his rookie year. We can have debates and arguments about why that is. I don't believe it has anything to do with Daniel Bellinger. I believe it has everything to do with the New York Giants. I believe he is plenty talented enough to be a tight end, especially for the New York Giants. And we have not scratched the surface yet. We're the ones that stopped his development. We stunted his growth. He had a promising rookie season. We decided to go with Darren Waller and push him to the back. And we decided to draft over him a year later with Theo Johnson and push him to the back again. So at the end of the day, Daniel Bellinger has 1 year left under his contract. Let's go ahead and see what he got, especially with better quarterback play. So that's that part of it. I'm going to move to the next subject. Obviously, we're getting closer to cut down again. That's tomorrow, and we're seeing rumors of players requesting trades. We're seeing deals get done. Let me step to the side real quick and say this. I was so happy to see Terry McLaurin get his deal done with the Washington Commanders. Now, I don't give a damn about the Washington Commanders all as far as what their wide receiver room looks like. What I love about it is this. When it comes to week 1 and it comes to the New York Giants versus the Washington Commanders, Terry McLaurin is now signed. That means I don't think there are any other excuses for the Commander fans to complain when the New York Giants beat the Washington Commanders week 1. You got Terry, you got your quarterback, you got your defense intact. There's no excuses, for this butt whooping that you guys are about to receive. Now, going back to the wide receivers, as far as players requesting trades, Jakobi Meyers from the Oakland Raiders requested a trade. And again, when it comes to players requesting trades in the New York Giants fan base, we believe that anybody that requests a trade, anybody that got released, could possibly be a New York Giant. Now, this has nothing to do with Jakobi Meyers. I think he is a solid wide receiver in the league. But I don't necessarily want to have to pay for Jakobi Meyers. I don't want to give up draft capital for Jakobi Meyers. I don't know what they're asking for, but I know this. He's going to be asking for some money. And if you trade for him, in most cases, you're going to have to pay some of that contract. Now, we're already talking about saving money for Daniel Bellinger at $3 million, but you want to go ahead and add Jakobi Meyers for what are you going to cost you? $8 to $10 to $11 million, depending on how that trade goes through. So what is it? Is it the money? Is it the talent? I don't know. We keep going back and forth, but again, this is New York Giants. This is family. You can't pick your family at the end of the day. You can just ride with your family. You can't pick your family. So I can't wait for this cut down to happen. And another thing that sucks about the cut down is this. I was talking to my wife about this too, man. At the end of the day, these players work their tail off all summer long, all year long to prepare to be an NFL player. And in some cases, for some of these players, they will only make the team for one day because of the waiver wire, because of, some player from another team getting cut or getting waived, and we are third on the waiver wire. We pick somebody up. Somebody that makes this roster tomorrow is most likely only going to make this team for one day. And for me, that sucks. That has to be a crushing feeling. Has to be a crushing feeling. But again, that's football at the end of the day. The business is what the business is. But let me know what you guys think, man. Cut down day is tomorrow. Again, I got 4 tight ends. I'm sticking with that. Pause. The wide receiver room, again, everybody thinks we need more and more talent. I'm not against talent, but I do believe, or I am higher on the guys in the room right now with the better quarterback play than I think, a lot of people are, as far as, the groups that I'm in, the spaces that I'm in and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think. Quick video. Just want to know what you guys think. Just want to get out some of my final thoughts before the 53 cut down happens tomorrow. And curious to see what happens, man. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And for one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.